Hi, I'm over to all seeing Camron. We back to this channel with another. The information we received is a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't want to report on this off the rip, and the reason was because so much information was hitting me at once, and I was like, nah, there's no way this could be real, bro. Because what I was reading was just insane, like literally crazy. I want to also say everything we're gonna talk about today, I don't have no inside information. I'm just reviewing and reacting to stuff that I've read and came across on the internet, different content creators, but nothing is concrete evidence, as this trial never even made it to court because it got settled. That's something we'll discuss in a little bit, but you know, we gotta say that stuff for legal reasons. I'm not telling you guys to believe one thing or I know this for sure. Anything I say in this video is just stuff that I came across and me just using my own judgment like anyone else could, but I have no concrete evidence. Let me start off with that. Now that we got all the boring stuff out the way, let's get right into this. Oh Lord, Diddy, say it ain't so. When I was a kid and Diddy used to get on every single song and giving a sneak verse, and he'd be like, oh, come on, son. And you couldn't even fast forward music back then. You had to take that. Pause. Cause now I gotta say pause and shit. Pause. I was a Diddy fan. I was one of the few that actually bought the Bad Boy Familia album. Like, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. Cause this Bad Boy for life. I don't know if that shit was meant for like 5-year-olds, but I was real young at the era and I really remember enjoying that album. Like, I really liked Diddy's bars back then. I don't know what it was about time. I don't know what it was or who the ghostwriter was. I know it happened to be King Lo, so he was offered the position later on in life. But when I was a child, I don't know who you was. Whoever was special delivery, I need that. Special delivery, I want that. I don't even know if Diddy had a verse on that one. I just remember him back in the UPS with a toothpick in his mouth. What I'm saying is you had to be alive to understand that Bad Boy era in the early 2000s. That shit was different. I was really too young to really understand and enjoy the Biggie Smalls era when Biggie was alive and Pac was alive and all that shit. I'm not that old, goddamn. The early 2000s, I was there for it. The early 2000s, I was there for it. That's when you start forming memory and shit. I was like, you know, and Diddy was a pioneer in my life. Someone I looked up to. Coming from New York City, you guys wanted to be the president, you guys looked up to presidents and shit. I did. I looked up to Bad Boys and what P. Diddy was able to build in New York City, down the street from me. Shit that we walk around all the time and see those brownstones and think it's impossible for us to live in. We don't even know why we like brownstones, but we just told that they nice and antique, so we supposed to like them. Like, all right, word. I like them. But on November 15th through the 17th, we saw a lot of information come out about P. Diddy and the Cassie relationship. It got really scary. She alleged that he did a lot of stuff to her. Like, he did the R word, he grape fight, he had a lot of grapes. That was one of them. Also, he was taking a human from place to place during LA traffic. I just gotta say stuff like this because, bro, my videos, I just be talking about random sports shit, which are supreme, and they be like, we gotta review it. Demonetization. Like, yo, what I say? I didn't even say nothing. What I say? So they got you talking in cryptic now. He's bringing a human from one place to another during LA 5 o'clock traffic. Like, take away the filler words. We're gonna go over a couple of videos and different things that I wanted to react to you. I was gonna break this long video into multiple videos, but I said, wow, we've already waited long enough. Cassie started a lawsuit against Diddy and the lawsuit already got settled, and we still haven't even made this video. But let me explain. This whole process happened in like 24 hours. In like 24 hours, we heard about a boom, shut down, statements came out from both sides. We reached a disclosed amount, everything settled. Basically just to tell us, relax. Because I think what was gonna come out in that trial, bro, was gonna be the craziest trial of all time. Like, we thought the Megan and Tory trial was crazy. Nah, because we just heard a whole bunch of cap in that one and a whole bunch of shit that didn't even make sense. This one, I think this one was gonna rumble and shake. This was gonna rumble and shake hip hop for real. Like, it already did just with the lawsuit coming out. We only got to read a little tiny bit about what really happened. Imagine if she was to really have to take the stand and explain every single thing into detail that was written into this lawsuit. Wow. In the Ultra Universe, we're reacting to that trial right now. Like, this is the craziest trial ever. Let's just go over something that happened. You might have heard your freaky aunts and uncles talk about freak Nick. Nah, he had a freak off. Freak off sounds insane. It sounds insane. Freak off sound like an activity that they're gonna do on a naked cruise. Like, that shit sound crazy. Everybody come down to the front of the boat for 5 o'clock to participate in our annual freak off event. Like, yo, a freak off event sounds crazy. And like, my mind and Diddy's mind, when we think of a freak off, our minds are both in two different places. Cause his involved 2 sausages and 1 egg. Mine's involves 2 eggs and 1 sausage. That's what I'm saying. Like, his shit was a little too crazy. And this is all alleged. Diddy is still saying this is all cap. None of this is true. His defense team even came out and said, hey, they're lying on my name. This wouldn't be the first time that we've had to say stuff on this channel about someone lying on someone's name. Hence, free Tory. But I don't know, it's just something about this. It's just something about this one that I'm like, I don't know why. I feel like Entertainment Mind or looking into all this conspiracy theory shits throughout times, but it's like, don't know. I don't feel like Cassie's lying. And the reason I'm gonna show you why I don't think Cassie's lying is because now all these different videos that we've been seeing from time after time after time are all starting to make a little bit more sense. Just all starting to come together. It's like, is this one big coincidence? Nasty, really a freak nasty. Let's start going over some details from Ben Cicciario on New York Times. They were nice enough to write some information, which we will discuss on this. I just wanted to give them full credit. Shout out New York Times. So yeah, Miss Ventura is Cass. So she said, after years in the silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and speak up on my behalf and for benefit of other women who face violence and absence and abuse in their relationship. And this was all against Mr. Combs. Now Mr. Combs' lawyer, aka Diddy's lawyer, came out and said basically this was just a shakedown for them. For the past 6 months, Cassie's team has been reaching out to Diddy's team trying to get $30 million. $30 million, and this will never come to the light. Talk about it and we'll settle. Basically, they're accusing them of blackmail. It's all alleged, again, because they end up settling. So it was like, you should have just took the male that was black. Like, you should have just took, because it would have been a lot better. Yeah, you would have lost $30 million. This all comes back to the casinos a couple weeks ago. When MGM didn't want to pay and they ended up losing like way more money than they were told to pay. I get it. You don't always want to pay the bad guy. You don't always want to get shook down after your hard work and money. But sometimes your back's against the wall and they got you in some freaky nasty shit like this. You should have known that this was probably gonna happen, because the stuff Shorty said in this was crazy. That they were saying that Cassie was doing all that to tarnish Diddy's name, outrageous lies. But as we said in the beginning, Diddy still pleads that he is innocent. This is all cap. But let's just hear some of the things that she said about him. It just don't even sound like stuff like this your brain can make up. Like, that shit don't even sound like something your brain would make up. So as you guys recall, Cassie, just to give a little bit of background, has been with Diddy for quite a while. Cassie signed to Bad Boys back when she was 19 years old. I read online. That's when Diddy started trying to get with Cassie and make things a little bit more serious, not only owning the label that she is signed to, but also trying to get into a relationship with Cassie. I also read online that Cassie was in a relationship with her boyfriend when she got signed at 19, and she didn't want to get with Diddy because he was like supposedly 39, she was 19, and just the huge age gap was just not interesting to her. But Diddy stayed consistent and kept trying to get with her, and over time, he might look a little creepy. Maybe some lawsuits might come out in the future. Stay on, bro. To each stay on. If a John turns me down 5 times, it's cool, my guy. It's fine. I get the point. I get the point. We on to the next. But let's just highlight some of these parts and just see what is said about Cassie and Diddy's lawsuit, and then we'll discuss what's the current state for the lawsuit today and what happened.
He soon began to assert an extraordinary level of command over her life. In addition to controlling her career, he paid for her car, apartments and clothing, and even had access to her personal medical records. According to the suit, the results from an MRI scan she had for memory loss, possibly caused by drug use or by a beating she said she suffered from Mr. Combs, went directly to Mr. Combs.
Are you guys understanding how crazy this is? Like, that's against HIPAA. Her medical records from her checkup wasn't even going directly to her for her. It was allegedly going to Diddy first, his email, so he could review it in his team before it even got to her. And again, they're saying that the memory loss that she was suffering with, she was getting MRIs, could have been due to the drugs, could have been to a beating that she talked about that allegedly happened in her loss. While all that was happening, don't leave out what you guys always say is gold. Cars, apartment, and clothes. We always hear a lot of fans be like, oh, that couple's goals. Oh, he's gold. Look what he got her. But you don't know what's really happening behind the scenes. Like, when you read this lawsuit, do you think all this was worth a Chanel bag? Like, bro, for a man that loves materialistic things and has started this channel from unboxing stuff, not one thing I've unboxed in this channel involves my dignity. No, not at all. Like, I don't know if that's personally me, and some people are like, bro, to each their own. I'll take a couple slaps for a Chanel bag. There's always people in line, I'm assuming, to be a part of that freako. This was some of the drugs that were talked about in the lawsuit. And you got to just think about what state of mind these drugs put you in. It wasn't cannabis that was really talked about.
Miss Ventura with copious amounts of drugs, including ecstasy and ketamine, and urged her to take them, the suit says, and often became violent, beating her multiple times each year. The suit says Miss Ventura never went to the police because she feared it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her.
And it's like, we don't want to even point the finger at Cassie. She goes to the police and what? She signed to Bad Boy. Not only did she sign to Bad Boy, but she's also signed for a 10-album deal. So it's like, go to the police and what? Unless you were ready to do the lawsuit then and say everything that was going on. But again, we got to remember she was super young. So that's something that I also want to put in her defense. And situations like that, we've heard women that have been in abusive relationships for a lot longer with a lot less successful and powerful men. So imagine being put in a situation like that. It's like, yo, as soon as I go, she's probably thinking to herself, as soon as I go to the police and I do all this, whatever happens, my career is over. Who's gonna want to work with me? I'm gonna be blacklisted. I'm also signed to Bad Boy, so that's gonna ruin my entire trajectory and where I'm trying to go with my career. Seeing the lifestyle that she was exposed to is like, oh, this is done, shorty. You going back to Hartford, Connecticut. I don't know if she's from Hartford. I know she's from Connecticut. I don't know if she's from Hartford. But even living in Connecticut, I'm good, bro. Like, nah, there's no way I'm going back to Connecticut. I've drove through Connecticut going to New York City and it was like, hell no. I told my mom, thank you. I'm happy you moved to like Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and all up there. I'd rather be in the Boston area. I'd rather be in the Providence area than be in Connecticut. No offense to my Connecticut people, because I know there's probably a lot of y'all that love Connecticut. I'm happy y'all love it, because for tax reasons, that state has to survive. This is another incident that happened in 2009. Before we go into these videos that I want to react and show you guys, I want you guys to be a little educated on what was in her lawsuit and what she said Diddy was doing against her. So when we start going back and seeing different videos from 50, from 2010 and stuff that I'm going to show you, it's going to make a lot more sense. Like, wow, was she really capping in the lawsuit? Because we've been hearing about this for quite a while. This is 2009.
In one incident in Los Angeles in 2009, the suit says, Mr. Combs became enraged when he saw Ms. Ventura talking to another talent agent, then pushed her into a car and kicked her repeatedly in the face, making her bleed. According to the suit, Mr. Combs then had his staff bring her to a hotel room to recuperate for a week. She asked to go home to her parents, but Mr. Combs refused, the suit says.
And this is when it just starts getting a little bit more spooky, because you guys know in this channel, who do we love? I wish you guys could see the rug that I'm on my table. Kanye, 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 and Kanye. Who else do we love? Who have we been listening to for a while then from our youth? Mr. Cudi. You guys know I like Kid Cudi more than the norm. Like, I like Kid Cudi more than the average person. I know you guys are like, oh, I love Kid Cudi too, day and night. Pursuit of Happiness. Shut up. Those are like my least favorite songs from Cudi. Those are my least favorite songs of Cudi at this point in life. I've been a Cudi fan for quite a while, and you guys know we always say supporter, we don't use fan, but Cudi is one of those special people. And this paragraph right here just backs with what we were just saying on why she really didn't want to go to the police, or why she didn't want to talk sooner. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably like, yo, why wouldn't she just come to the police? Why wouldn't she just go and explain what's going on? Bro, there's a lot of people, including people we probably know in our personal life, that have been through abuse for a lot less. So imagine the position that she was in and the youth that she was in, and it's like, you, as soon as you go to the police, you're thinking in your head, all this is coming to an end. Bro, it's not worth it. I get it. For me and you, it's not worth it. I think, again, someone that's trying to be a star, someone that's trying to be famous, this is on the tip of your fingers. You're dating one of the most powerful men in the entire industry. You're not dating, I was about to start saying names, but you're not dating a D-list celebrity artist. You're dating one of the biggest elites in hip-hop.
The suit says that after seeing the violent repercussions of rejecting Mr. Combs, and the extent to which he would isolate her from her support network, Ms. Ventura felt that saying no to Mr. Combs would cost her something: her family, her friends, her career, or even her life. And though she tried to leave Mr. Combs, the suit says he sent his employees to lure her back.
And you guys are probably thinking her life. Yo, don't forget, this man is still part of that Tupac case. He's still part of that Tupac case. That's still all alleged as well. There's no information about Diddy even having anything to do with it. But we have heard all the stories for quite a while. That's another one that we've been hearing for years about Keefe D, Orlando Anderson, Zip, and everything that happened. It's crazy that now everybody's like, yo, have you heard? Like, yo, y'all serious or not? That's kind of what got me into YouTube as a youth. Like, that was one of my first detective jobs I've ever did back in the iPod video. I'm about to age myself. Back in the iPod video, when the YouTube logo was a little TV with two little knobs on it and shit, like the old school TVs. That's what I was researching. That's what I was looking up. Tupac still alive. Dudes in New Mexico. Seen a dark-skinned Mexican in New Mexico with a bandana backwards and a little mustache yelling, "West Side Holmes?" That ain't Tupac. That's the kind of shit that I was investigating as a child, though. Now, this is when my guy Cudi comes into the situation. So back in 2012, there was a little hiccup in their relationship. As you guys know, sometimes when there's a hiccup, you try to find that as the best excuse to get out of your current situation. If you don't know the way to get out of there, that's kind of always the best situation to get up out of there. You either find somebody else and refuse to call shorty back, not even for some ass or nothing. You hold out as hard as you can just to get up out of that situation. Or I guess in women's terms, she went and got with another dude trying to get away from Cudi, and this is another successful dude. But Cudi's success, Diddy's success is two very, very different things. And at that time, this is young Cudi. This is 2012. What? Cudi hit the scene in 08, 09 with Day and Night. Still early Cudi. Let's just all say we're all happy that Kid Cudi was not having a session that day in his vehicle, in his driveway. And if you want to know why, let me explain.
In one incident described in the court papers, Ms. Ventura says that in early 2012, Mr. Combs grew so angry about her dating the rapper Kid Cudi that he said he would blow up the rapper's car. Around that time, the suit says, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Through a spokeswoman, Kid Cudi confirmed Ms. Ventura's account that he had a car that exploded. "This is all true," he said.
Imagine you smacking some dude's jaw, right? And you're like, I heard this nigga's crazy over shorty. Like, nigga, it ain't even that serious, bro. He's probably blowing something. I'm blowing his jaw now. It's all cool. They're not even together no more. And then you hear shorty like, nah, my nigga's a little crazy. You know all them times, my nigga's a little crazy. Like, he be a little crazy over me. Like, ain't that serious. Me and my nigga's a little crazy. You know how we get down. Nah, like this nigga's a little crazy. You like, you blow her down, bust her down. Now you watching Sunday Night Football with your peoples inside the crib. Colts catching a dub. I'm just thinking about the best time. I'm just about the best possible outcome. Chilling, y'all passing a session around. Everybody's chilling, using the buffalo cheese dip on your chips and all that shit. And out of nowhere, Kablowski.
Otherwise, what's the point? For a while, I believed that's the kind of love I had.
And you're like, yo, what the hell? You look outside and your car's in the air like the casino movie. Like, nah, this is crazy. What mobsters are you messing with, Cuddy? Cuddy, who do you got mad? Cuddy, I gotta leave your apartment now. Like them shit is not powerful enough. Whoever's putting Scarface tape bombs to the bottom of your vehicle, Sosa, who you got? You got beef with Sosa and them niggas? You got beef with Sosa? You didn't learn on Scarface when he called that nigga a cockroach? I don't want nothing to do with this. I gotta pack my shit and go. Like, imagine you just not even being Cuddy, just chilling at your man's house and your man's telling you a story like, yeah, bro, I was busting some niggas joint yesterday. You wouldn't even believe who it was. Who? Diddy. Boom! Like that's the key word. As soon as the word Diddy's, that shit's insane. Insane. And I just want to show you guys a little bit about the freak offs before we go into the videos. That's the last thing I want to show you guys into this. That's the last thing I want to show you guys about this lawsuit, and then we can start going into these videos. But you guys heard me say a little thing about the freak off earlier. What's a freak off, you might say? Adam 22 ain't the only cuck in the industry.
According to the suit, Mr. Combs called these encounters freak offs, which involved costumes like masquerade masks and lingerie. They continued for years, taking place at high-end hotels across the United States and in Mr. Combs' homes. The suit says that he instructed Ms. Ventura to search the websites of escort services to procure male sex workers.
Insane.
A few years into Ms. Ventura's relationship with Mr. Combs, the suit says, he began coercing her to engage in a fantasy of his called verism, in which she was directed to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes, while Mr. Combs watched, masturbated, took pictures and shot.
Like, you know how crazy that is to me? You know how crazy that is to me? Not only am I paying another dude, but I'm gonna pay another dude to smash my jaw. Like, yo, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. Am I that old school? Like, is that what y'all young niggas is into these days? Like, nah, this is, and I can't even say young niggas. I'm forgetting Diddy older than me plus you. Like, this is crazy. He the oldest of the old niggas. I can't even say my old school because he's old school. And Adam 22 is older than us too. So y'all old niggas is just freaky. Y'all some freaky niggas. Like, yeah. I thank the Lord I'm Dominican because you'll never hear some Tony Rosados out there. Tony Rosado had his nails painted and wore a skirt, but I promise you, he was dicking down his wife. That's the difference. That is a dark mind. That is demonic. This shit kind of got me scared and wanted me to end this YouTube channel. Like, bro, you gotta just start thinking about some realistic shit. Let's get into stocks or something, because the media world that I'm trying to get into, y'all niggas is on some extra deaky, freaky shit that it's like, nah, ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world, bro. It don't matter how much success you offer me. It don't matter. I'm never gonna be into some freaky shit like this, because you know what's crazy? I'm gonna get the money and I'm not gonna get these dark ass memories out of my head. Like, you're gonna always be seeing me crying and shit. What is he crying about? My joint just got smacked by 5 niggas while dressed in the Great Gatsby Halloween costume. Like, oh Lord, bro, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to smoke. I'll get anxiety. You guys, I have anxiety now thinking about another nigga situation. So I can't even imagine putting myself in that situation. That's literally impossible. I don't like niggas hitting my blunt, bro. That's how crazy. I don't even like other male to male contact. Like, so for another man to insert his meat balls into my burrito, you crazy. You crazy. That's mine. I'm the one that gotta lay next to that every night. I'm the one that gotta get nagged and shit to take the trash out and all this bullshit about, yo, can you help me real quick? As soon as I sit down and try to watch the NFL game on a Sunday, I gotta put Christmas trees and shit together for you to come through and come and lay some pipe down and I'm gonna lay there and watch and pay and beat off? Nah, y'all niggas, y'all got me all the way screwed up. Y'all got me all the way screwed up. Now, if you niggas need somebody to come through and pipe your drawn out and you paying, I might even do it for free. But and you paying, then I'm the nigga. See, I'm the nigga that'll pipe your drawn out with you. I'll even sign the NDA with you. It's cool. Never discuss this again. I'm the best nigga in the world. If you need somebody, I am Himothy. You thought little B was the base god? Yo, little B, my John. No, the all-seeing camera. He won't see nothing that night. That night his camera lenses are closed. Don't worry, he got you. But you'll never be invited to my crib. That would never happen. Never, ever, never, ever would it happen. Never. An impossibility. My mind is small. I have a peanut brain. I'm insecure. Whatever you guys want to say, it's fine. Because this is what secure men are out there doing. This is what I keep telling you guys every video. Don't let these dudes and these women get in your head telling you insecure because the way you feel. We all have rules that we live by. We all have things that just agree with our mental stability. And don't ever bend, break, or fold to make somebody else happy. I'm not doing it. It's an impossible. You must really be crazy, bro. Now you got one up on me. Take that. I'm Diddy. Like, nah, you crazy. It's just an impossibility. It's just, I don't see my mind even wanting to do some shit like that. Like, that don't even sound fun to me. That don't even sound interesting. That sounds 10 out of 10 times gross. Again, I might blame it on the small island that I come from. We even got to share our island. So even a smaller island, the side called Dominican Republic, when we are very weird with another dude intruding into into our situation. Like shit like that, I just never hear. That's when you know you into some freaky deaky shit that you like can't even do it out in public, and you gotta lie about it and go into the crevices of the dark and wear masquerade masks. You into some weird shit, brother. But that's a weird fetish, right? You're like, yo, this nigga wants to smack a bitch with socks on, and it had to be knee high. Like, what the hell? That's weird. That's crazy. It is crazy, but it ain't this crazy. Now I feel like, you see how crazy? I never even told people about that shit, unless you were one of the females in the situation. But now seeing other people's shit is like, oh nah, you good. Like you thought that was weird? You thought that was weird? Oh nah, it gets weirder. Oh, it gets weirder. Oh, it gets weirder. Freakadeek festival. That's disturbing. That is disturbing. Freak off, I would have pulled up thinking it's some other shit. Thinking it's some, like, oh, Diddy Bad Boys is making the freak Nick, but now they got the freak off. I like what they did. I see the spin-off that they did. I like it. I like it. You pull up and it's just looking like a seance in there, a ritual. You got Diddy in the cut. Remember that wig he wore that one time? He had that long ass wig. I'm picturing him in the cut and that shit. Like, yeah, daddy.
I'm coming to you live. Diddy late nights. Anything can happen. I'm just vibing. It's so wide. So right. You gotta keep the hair. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna wear this hair in Toronto in the morning. Hey, yo, let me ask you a question. When I get to...
Yeah, daddy, I want to see you take that off, daddy, because for some reason he love calling niggas daddy. Yeah, daddy. And I get a smack Cassie. I'm a sick nigga, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a sick nigga. If I can smack Cassie and Diddy got to sit there and watch, then Diddy, you gonna get a show, my nigga. Diddy, you about to get a show.
According to the suit, Mr. Combs called these encounters freak-offs, which involved costumes like masquerade masks and lingerie. They continued for years, taking place at high-end hotels across the United States and in Mr. Combs' homes. The suit says that he instructed Ms. Ventura to search the websites of escort services to procure male sex workers.
Like, imagine having to look, and supposedly, I read on another site that she was looking on these sites and he could tell that she has to look for some big black L. No, we're not talking about big black L. Fill in the words again. Once again, use your filler words. Fill them in. Bruh. Nah, that's Leo. Like, still gotta stay as serious as possible on this topic. 30 million ain't no millions. Like, think about it. They said that this shit happened for quite a while. They were together for like 13 years. So how many of these freak-off events have you been part of? I even read in another situation that she was at a birthday party her friends threw from her. He pulled up and whispered in her ear. She was like, no, I'm here with my friends. Like, when they just threw a party for me. He's like, we about to go freak off. And just dragged her about the function. Took her straight to the freaky event, right? And there was a dude in there and everything, and she had to go from chilling with her fam and friends and all shit, making an excuse, running out, to go straight to a freaky deaky event, because this nigga just happened to be in the back. Like, if you guys remember Friday After Next, when this nigga saw Magic Mike, the pimp, and he's in that crib, like, who that? Who, Shauna? Not that hoe. Like, Diddy turned to this nigga Terry Crews into Friday After Next.
Your bathroom, that player got to piss like a Russian racehorse at the Kentucky Derby with a glue truck behind him.
Yo, what's
Got the P. Diddy. I can get it on.
Tupac. He turned to that role in this party, in this function. Like, just imagine Diddy sweaty in the corner. Nigga just, nah, I don't want to go. I said, we got to get to this freaky event, dad. Oh, shit. There's some new Yeezys and Virgils coming out next week. Like, my mom can't even wrap around that shit. Like, nah, you really need some sneakers that bad, shorty? Like, you really need some sneakers that bad? You really need a purse that bad? You really need a car that bad? A Honda Civic ain't that bad, trust me. I've never drove one, but I've seen them. And one thing that I thought to myself when I was seeing all this is like, all this was happening and none of this was caught on camera at none of these hotels or nothing. Shocking enough, in 2016, it was caught on camera. But the thing about Diddy money is that Diddy money can make a lot of things and people disappear.
In one example, the suit says that during a freak-off at a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, an intoxicated Mr. Combs punched Ms. Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. He fell asleep and she tried to leave the room, but Mr. Combs woke up and followed her into the hallway, where he threw glass vases at her, sending glass shattering throughout the corridor. According to the court filing, the hotel's security cameras captured that incident, but the suit says Mr. Combs paid the hotel $50,000 for the footage.
Think about a person like Diddy that goes to these hotels, probably gets the best room, spends there all the time. He's a frequent, not frequent flyer, I guess a frequent stayer. And not only is he going for these places for business, but he's also going for these places allegedly for his freak off. So it's like, they're making money. He's also telling you, I'm gonna pay you 50 bands. I'm gonna pay you 50 bands for that footage, bro. There's probably people that would pay 1,000 and they can get that footage. So 50 bands is 50,000 reasons on why they gonna give you that footage if you P. Diddy, and you can get away with would think that me and you probably wouldn't have got away with. We do some shit like that, they call them the 12. You're gonna be running on the thing throwing vases and see the 12 coming right down the hallway. That's the difference with me, you, and the elites. That's what you gotta start trying to understand. Because sometimes we try to put our own laws and our own rules into these people and then realize they live in a different world. Their world and our peasant world is two very different things. All right, this one talks about the last situation that we wanted to discuss. But so this discussed the times in 2018 when allegedly Diddy met with Cassie because she really wanted to end everything with him. She was like, yo, I can't take this anymore. It's just getting crazy. All the abuse and all the freak off. She just couldn't even wrap her mind around what she was going through in life. And she's still super young. And through all that at such a young age is really the dark side of Hollywood. Wow. So she meets with him. She meets with him for dinner to tell him it's all over. But allegedly she says that he walks back with her to the apartment and says that he just wants to talk to her there to really end things. At the apartment is where the part of the lawsuit where he's being sued for grapes. This is allegedly in the lawsuit where he gets sued throwing grapes at a food fight. Happened here. He goes back to the hotel with her. She's like, nah. I mean, she goes back to the apartment with her that he's paying for. He's like, no, chill. And homie uses his power, strength, and not only his physical power, but also his financial power, because the apartment that she's in is his, and does what he wants to do with her in that apartment against her will. And that's when she really couldn't take it anymore. And that's when she cut all associations off with that. And the lawsuit goes into a lot more detail that I wish I can discuss with you guys, but we want to get into some of these videos that we can start going into, so I'll discuss as we watch some of the videos. But there was a lot of things that were left off and that we'll discuss a little bit further in. Now, do you guys recall a girl named Gina? A girl named Gina that was beefing with Young. If you recall, he was beefing with her on Twitter, and they were going back and forward as who's Diddy's main side chick. Not main joint, main side chick. Who is the #1 side chick of all the side chicks? And they were going back and forward. And then remember, and then Young Miami said something that was a little crazy. Young Miami said something a little crazy that I saw actually on DJ Academics' page. So we got to give him full credit for this. Crazy, something that he pointed out that I just slipped right through my mind. If you guys remember that beef that happened a little bit ago when they were going back and forward, Young Miami wrote something to Gina and said, "You're an eater. If I want you to eat my ass or lick my lips, and I'm not talking about the ones on my face, you gonna do it if Diddy tells you to do it, because you an eater and vagina." We know she eat dick. She's fucking Diddy, right? But the way that was delivered, and I'm not saying it exactly word by word, but we're just giving you the complete message. I know I'll have the picture of the tweet somewhere around here somewhere. But the fact that she felt so open to say that, it's like, shorty, you know what he's into. You know, and shorty knows, you can't deny it. He's had you do some weird shit before. You've done men, you've done women. You do whatever he wants you to do that night. And how she threw it in her face, like, if I want you to eat my ass and I convince him that all three of us are gonna get together, you gonna do it. That's why. Wow, that is why. But let's hear what Gina has to say about her time dealing with Diddy. I guess she's not dealing with him no more. But let's also keep in mind now, in Diddy's defense, if you just seen that a Joan allegedly got paid $30 million for all the shit she went through, you probably went through all this shit and you ain't get paid $1. But gifts that he might have took back, or gifts that depleted over time. You're like, nah, hold on, I need my cut. Chill. 30 million's going around. I need my cut. Hear what he did to me. Hear what he did to me. Hear what he did to me. So we're saying still keep an open mind in all this, because none of this is concrete evidence. It's still he say, she said, because the lawsuit was settled. That's one thing that we forgot before we hit this. The lawsuit was settled. Everything that we just read that happened, Cassie put out there for the public, the world blew up. I know you guys read it. Everyone knows about it. You have to live under a rock to not hear about what just happened. And a couple hours later, the whole lawsuit was settled by Friday. They didn't even make it to Monday. Before the Monday even hit, the lawsuit was already settled. That was crazy. I seen a meme that had me real deal dropping. I seen a meme that had me dropping tears. I shouldn't even be laughing in a situation like this. If I ever send you this picture, it means I need my money right away. And it's a picture of Cassie with Diddy. And it's like, yo, if I ever send you this shit, I need my money pronto, ASAP, less than 24 hours. But let's jump into this and give Gina the floor to explain what she went while dealing with Puff.
He had caught me texting another man. We was in Miami. It got really crazy that time.
And what's crazy, one thing, I'm sorry, Gina, but one thing that's crazy to me, and you guys probably won't understand, is like, yo, he's super jealous, right, of these girls talking to other men, but he's paying men to slide through and lay it down that are prostitutes. So you guys will probably think like, hold on. He's paying for dudes to smack it. He gets outrageously jealous whenever these girls talk to other guys. I think it all comes back to being controlling who's the dude she's talking to, controlling the situation that when she's stepping out of your relationship. You don't want her to get with a dude she really likes, because she'll probably leave your ass to get with him after a while, because money's only entertaining for yet so long. Unless you're really that materialistic that you're like, yo, you could do that for years. A lot of these girls, they enjoy the gifts and they enjoy all of it, but this weird shit is gonna always mentally break you down, and you're gonna want to go and live that regular lifestyle, or go out there and try to make it yourself. With God by your side, success or failure sounds a lot better than these situations. Even though I'm not gonna lie to you, imagine like flipping it vice versa. This is why double standard. You girls always be like, yo, double standard. Like, imagine I have to come home after working all day, right, and making videos and all this shit, and my Jones like, nah, we doing a freak nasty event. I'm gonna sit in the corner of the room and rub myself. I'm gonna bring another joint for you to smack every day. It don't sound that bad. Like, if I would have done a lawsuit like that, y'all niggas ain't dropping tears for me. I already know it. That's the double situation. I could be there like, I didn't want to do it. She made me smack a new joint
every day. Every day there was a new joint in my house every day. She just sat there and rubbed her bean while watching me go downtown and break down some coochie in our room every day. You guys would be like, man up. Man up. I wish that was me. Y'all shorties don't understand double standard. I just gave you double standard 101. If this situation was a girl and a man and we were like, you guys would not feel bad. You guys would not feel bad for me. Niggas would be there like, yo, city boys. Double standard. This is why we try to explain to you girls on why when dudes got mad bodies is lit, when girls got mad bodies is not. A situation like this shit don't even sound pleasurable. Shorty was catching 100 and something. Shorty was catching 100 and something. Now we hear a dude talk like this, niggas gonna tip their hat like it's Derek Jeter coming up to bat.
We was upstairs and he had like, we were in his closet and he like pushed me and I fell to the ground and then he like stood over me. So I was like laying on my back and he stood over me and he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head and I was just like covering my face. And then after he got done doing that, he like stomped on my stomach like really hard and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe and he kept hitting me and I was like pleading to him like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punching the back of my head. Cause he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me.
Hold on, let's make this make sense. So I heard and read when Young Miami was beefing with Gina. But I never heard this interview. This was never made public. We always protecting women. The story didn't even come out about Tory. We didn't even get the full information. And you already had Rick Ross buying smart cars. You had Maxwell Cream saying, yo, he got into the wrong car. We almost slapped Tory Lanez. We had other dudes saying this and saying that. Couple months go by. You had Maul saying we should cancel Tory Lanez. He's not supporting dudes like that. This is why. This is an everyday struggle. Maul, nigga. So we've seen it happen so quick for Tory. But when it's Diddy, and we've been getting information like this for years, everybody's like, oh, I don't care about that. Oh, that got nothing to do with me. Oh, that's a serious situation. So when Tory's fighting 20 years to life, that wasn't a serious situation, but this is, right? So y'all would talk about the Tory Lanez situation, but nobody speaking about Diddy. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? Joe Budden talk about everybody's situation. They even roast. If this was anybody else's pizza, that's not a serious situation. Caesar facing felonies and scams. Y'all talking about Tory and Meg, that wasn't a serious situation. Like, I'm starting to get hot. I'm starting to sweat because, bro, we see this time after time when the media picks and chooses, and I try to explain this to you guys. The people with power, we never gonna hear this shit because people is scared to pull that trigger. I'm scared to pull that trigger. That's why I keep telling you everything in this video. I'm just reading shit off the internet. I'm not breaking no news on here. I'm not saying none of this is hard concrete evidence. This is just all shit we're seeing and reacting to together. But stuff like that, because you never even know the situation with lawsuits with people this powerful. And we ain't even scared of lawsuits. People are scared what Diddy could do to them that's not in the courtroom. That's what they're really scared about this guy. But you seen Joe Budden like, oh, that got nothing to do with my kids, my wife, my podcast, so I don't want to talk about it. Hold on, so we was just not talking about DJ Envy? We wasn't talking about Tony the Closer? We wasn't talking about Meg? We wasn't talking about Cardi B and Offset every time that he cheated? So that none of that was ever brought up in your podcast, right? Y'all don't be on some messy shit on your podcast. And I've been watching this since I'll name this podcast later. So it's like, come on, Joe. You know if this was anybody else, the allegations on this shit is crazy. You would have been made some joke about the freak off. We would have been went into details and broke down the paperwork. An episode would have been dedicated to any artist that is going through this situation. But the fact that it is him, and you want to be invited to that Thanksgiving dinner at his house, you want to be invited to the New Year's party that he does every single year on Star Island, you want to go, you cool with him. We've seen pictures of you there. Now that got nothing to do with you. Now talk to you only if it regards your wife, your kids. All right, cool. So let's see 2 weeks later when another crazy situation happens and you're doing a podcast. So the reason we want to hear from people like you is because you're around him. You in the industry. You heard stories that others haven't heard. Now it's like, oh nah, let his people talk about it. Let bad boy artists talk about it. Mace got a podcast. Why don't Mace talk about it? Crazy. That's picky and choosy. That's what I'm gonna say. Same thing with Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club talks about everybody, got everything to say. But when DJ Envy scamming, nobody got nothing to say. That's all alleged too, because there's no proof he was never charged. But when that whole shit same shit happened with DJ Envy, Charlamagne's there like, yo, don't talk about it. You're lawyer. Why are we talking about him? You give Donkey of the Day to everybody but the man sitting right across from you, because you should have given Donkey of the Day for even choosing homie as a business partner. Even if it had nothing to do with him and none of that scamming shit, he should have still got Donkey of the Day, because any other artist would have got Donkey of the Day for being part of that situation. Same thing here. What happened to protecting black women? What is Cassie not black? Is that the issue? She's not black enough? Is that what's going on? Gina's Chinese or Asian? Is that what's going on? Because why we never heard about this? But we heard Young Miami call her a eater. Or we heard Young Miami say, talk down on her. We heard Young Miami say a whole bunch of shit about Shorty. We heard that. We seen that go viral. We saw Shade Room pick that up. Why Shade Room never picked this up? Why we never heard about this? Coming from a person that's heartbroken, because I've been a fan of Diddy Combs, and this is all, again, alleged. The case is settled. Nothing's even going further. He's going back, 2 weeks later, he's gonna be back to doing regular shit. Something crazy is gonna happen. Some other crazy shit's gonna happen, and the internet's gonna forget about this like it always does. So I'm not saying let's cancel Diddy, because I'm not canceling him. I'm already tired of canceling clothing brands like Gucci and all this shit, and then seeing y'all wearing it 2 weeks later. I'm good. I'm not part of that cancel culture. I'm more of let's get to the bottom of this shit culture. But that's not where it ends. That's just a video of Gina. There's a lot more we have to get to. This one just goes a little further into detail, commentary. I'm not really sure who's covering it because I haven't watched this video, but I saw it against my timeline, and I'm like, hopefully we could react and it'll further explain the Kid Cudi situation into further details. So we'll give credit to whoever it is after we watch who's doing the comments. Damn, brother love, you out here looking crazy as a mother F. Laugh my ass off.
Cassie and Kid Cudi was dating, and he pretty much threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car, and it just so happened Kid Cudi's car blew up in the driveway. According to this article, they confirmed this to be true.
He didn't really go into further details into what really happened, but to the fact you guys can understand, Cudi's car blew up, and it was confirmed by multiple sources. Not only any threat, but a threat saying, yo, this dude's car's gonna get blown up for talking to my John. And your John probably like, niggas say shit all the time. This nigga's car exploded in the air. Like, again, the movie Casino, that's the only thing I got in my head. That's a little wild. This situation here is a bit different, but it's a little bit weird because the couple that it involves, we just talked about Will Smith. The fact that it involves Will Smith and Jada is crazy. Remember, Diddy's lineup is little. Diddy got a fire lineup. When you got $1 billion, your lineup is crazy. And Diddy's a handsome man, pause. So he's a billionaire plus he's handsome. It works out on his behalf. He also dated a woman called Jennifer Lopez. For all my Spanish people, y'all know how high we hold J-Lo in our hearts. Y'all know how high we hold J-Lo in our hearts. One of the baddest ever. Let's see this little situation happen between Jimmy Kimmel trying to explain some shit to Diddy, and it got a little awkward into the room.
I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo.
He's talking about that dude that's going viral that used to be his bodyguard, that's giving out a whole bunch of stories. We actually got a video of his bodyguard as well, talking about a situation that happened with Kim Porter and Diddy, which we'll react to.
Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome, and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I was No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true?
You really heard that? No.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. What is this?
Jimmy, I thought we was friends. When you start asking questions like this, I thought we was keeping it cool, calm, and collective. I thought you was gonna ask me about my latest album. I thought you was about to ask me about my next Miami gig. I thought you were about to ask me about the next Bad Boy artist coming up or who I might have just signed. Not some shit about me beating up Will. Not some shit about me almost beating up Will for him trying to invite my shorty to the real freak off. See, Will's freak off, I thought would have been this freak off, and I thought Diddy's freak off would have been that freak off. You get me? Like, the freak offs is vice versa. Like, if I got an invitation from Will on a freak off, after what I've been reading, like, nah, that shit sound a little crazy, brother. Like, I don't know. I don't think I could be part of that shit. Unless Jada's part of this entanglement, then maybe. But, like, I don't know. That shit's a little weird to me. This nigga's freak off was way more insane. Will was trying to get J-Lo and Jada. Salute. Salute for the attempt. Salute for the attempt. Salute for the attempt. Like, I'm happy you even attempted that. I'm happy that even crossed your mind and you try to pull it off. I'm gonna live through you just trying to pull it off. I'm catching the fade with Diddy over that one. I'm catching the fade over Diddy over that. What? Jada Pinkett Smith and Jennifer Lopez? No, that's worth the fade. That's worth the fade. That's worth the vanilla ice. The vanilla ice, you guys might say. What's the vanilla ice? What's the vanilla ice? We have yet another gem. Once again, I have to keep saying this before every single video. We don't know if this next one's gonna be true. This guy's a content creator. He's hilarious. You might know him for being associated to the artist Shy Glizzy with awesome. I know every DJ except this pussy named Academics. You might know Shy Glizzy. No, Aunt Glizzy was part of the Glizzy gang. Pause. In 2023, that gang it sounds a lot more threatening in 2023. Like, wait, hold on, what's their name? The Glizzy gang? Nah, hell no. I don't want to get caught by them niggas. Hell no. Don't go outside. The Glizzy gang's roaming the streets tonight. Hell no, bro. My mom would have told me that shit. I would have never snuck out. Never going outside. Bloods and Crips, I was like, I'll take my chances. I'll avoid those neighborhoods. The Glizzy gang, I don't even want to risk it. We want to shout out to this channel for bringing this interview interview that we will react to. This is when Aunt Glizzy tells the story. We said we'll catch a fade over that threesome, right? You said that. Wale almost caught the case of the beats over just making a song with Cassie. Let's hear Aunt explain that he was in the studio with Shy Glizzy and what happened to Wale, but they gave him the vanilla ice. Treatment. I'm gonna let him further explain, and then we'll break into it.
Being around Wale led us to Puff Daddy one day. We was over Diddy house in Miami. We was in Diddy house in Miami back in the day. We was just in Miami with Wale. I was with Shy Glizzy. I was the tag along, y'all. I had nothing to do with none of this. Just never move. I'm just a tag along. I hold the book bags and make sure we get through the door safe and get out the door safe. That's just my job. I ain't even got no money for food. I'm literally eating out Shy pocket. Shy, McDonald's, burgers, fries. Get your man. I'm hungry. How can I protect you on an empty stomach? That's how serious it was. But all jokes aside, so I usually end up places like we'll go to the club. I might go to the club with Shy, meet up with John Wall and Wale, but I'm Shy security, so I end up being their security too. So I'm moving, so I end up in spots back in the day. Like, I just end up around very important people, but I ain't starstruck or nothing. I don't tell these stories. I'm telling them now for YouTube, for my YouTube channel, but I ain't tell these stories. Like, nobody gonna believe them anyway. Like, these stories, nobody gonna believe these stories. So let's get into it. One day, I don't know what it was, but we got invited to Puff Daddy house. I was with Shy back in the day. We went to Puff Daddy house. Diddy house. It was like some change. All right, long story short, he ain't touched change in a long time. He touched the change, and he went off about touching the change, like about touching some change. His hand touched change. He went in the bag full of some money. He touched some change. It was some weird, like, yeah, that's a whole nother.
Yo, imagine being that up that your hand touches some measly change, and you're like, ah!
I can feel the germs creating and multiplying in my fingers as we speak. Somebody, where's the Purell? He said he hasn't touched change in mad long. That alone is crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, being in these rooms, I be too baked for those situations. Like, I don't know if I would laugh or get bothered. Like, I don't even know how I would feel. I actually got a story time for y'all one time when I showed you the Weekend backstage. Pause. There was mad niggas there, because this is the wrong video to say you was backstage with. There's a lot of people there, but the energy in the room, and this is like Kissland weekend. The energy was just so dark, and I felt weird. Like, I've been around mad artists, Tory, bro, multiple times, and I love chilling with Tory. Like, he was one of the coolest dudes around that position in that situation to really take it serious and show love to my squad. So I love Tory in every single situation that we was around each other. But that one time with the Weekend, Paul, dog, and we'll further explain that one time in this channel.
Story ain't got nothing to do with this, but that was like the first weird thing I ever seen of a celebrity. So I'm like, forget it, long story short. So we were Wale one day, we chilling. We were Wale in the studio, me, Shy, and Wale, and all the people that be with Wale, whoever Wale law engineers and stuff is. So we in the studio, and this girl in the studio, and she's singing, but the girl is Cassie at the time. I don't really know what's going on. I just know she's a big singer. I'm not a musician. I'm not a music guy at this time. I'm not into music. I'm just there with Shy, literally to make sure Shy, all right. I know, like, the popping people, like, they popping at the time, but I'm talking about, like, our culture. Like, I know a Chief Keef or a Meek Mills, like, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I ain't really into music. I barely know the Wale culture. I just know Wale because he be around. So we end up in the studio, Wale in the studio with, I think her name Cassie. Yeah, he in the studio with her. So Wale been telling us, like, before we even get to the studio with him and Cassie in the studio, Wale was already telling us, like, man, we better go to the studio with Cassie. Man, Diddy be acting crazy over her. Diddy don't want nobody working around her, so y'all make sure y'all don't look at her too wild or make her feel uncomfortable. Or if you see,
like, that's already a wild situation when you gotta start telling your mans, like, nah, bro, I get it. Y'all niggas from the hood, y'all might try to shoot, y'all might try to talk to shorty, do a little flirty, a little joking, not knowing who shorty is. Everything could sometimes be innocent, or sometimes guys could try to take their chance with a superstar like that, thinking play with like that. There's people you don't play with like that, and it sounds like Diddy is one of those dudes. To the fact that Wale had to inform another rapper, Shy Glizzy, who just got popular. I'm assuming around this time, because he's talking to Shy Glizzy like he's new in the game. When did Shy Glizzy drop the song Awesome? When did Awesome? The song Awesome came out in 2014, his first hit, 5 on the charts. So I'm assuming this time that we speaking about right now is 2014-15. That's the era I'm trying to think. Time together for thinking about the rooms that Shy Glizzy's in and the rooms and the people that Shy Glizzy's around. I'm assuming it's when he starts becoming a charting artist. You know how the industry. Awesome dropped. It was one of the hottest singles in the hood at that time. That's that's 45, but that's not the hot 100. And hip hop, that shit was probably like top 10 for sure, because Awesome was everywhere. That song.
Your security guards and her security guards with her, just prepping us on how crazy Diddy act over her. Like, any guys that's around her in her vicinity while Diddy not around, he kirks off, he goes off. So We not paying no attention. I'm a little kid. I ain't paying no attention. I'm just listening. He like, man, just be respectful, man. Respect, because Diddy be kirking out like, we ain't even really supposed to be around each other, but I'm trying to get a record. Something. So long story short, we end up in there. We in there, we chilling. It's like an alias little session. We make it through the session. We probably like an hour in the session, like an hour into the session, maybe two. Her and Wale doing what they doing. Professional, y'all. It ain't nothing like, they ain't doing nothing weird. I don't feel no weird vibes. I don't see no flirting or nothing. It's really professional. They making good music. So I'm off, not paying no attention. I've been heard what he told me before we walk in here about Diddy be tripping, but I'm just thinking like Diddy be tripping. I ain't paying that no man, y'all. Diddy be tripping while they talk. First of all, why you even telling me about Diddy? I don't even know. I'm just thinking I'm lost. I swear to God, y'all. Diddy and his security guards walked through this room. I told y'all Wale was in the room. Diddy already don't like that. But I don't know what's... All right, Diddy and Wale had prior run-ins, and he told Wale to stay away from her. You this, that, like, you got to stay away from her. You can't work with her. You can't do nothing. So they was on some sneak creep trying to hurry up and put it together, even though it was going... I don't know how they was going to sneak it, put it together, so I don't really get the situation. But I don't know. I guess they weren't supposed to...
Yeah, that situation is weird to me because even if they would have sneaked and put a masterpiece together, she's Bad Boy. Bad Boy's going to have to write off on the song and clear her verse or whatever she did, her hook on the song. If it's her song and it's going to be on her album, it just don't make sense. So maybe he just got the situation mixed up a little bit because he did say in the beginning of this he was just one of the dudes in the room chilling. So I don't expect him to have full details of exactly everything that's going on. He's not management. He's not even part of it. He's just, I'm the nigga holding backpacks, bro, asking niggas for McDonald's and burgers. Like, I'm just chilling. I'm security, making sure my nigga's good. I'm just another body in the room. So I don't expect him to have every detail of what's going on.
Be there doing it in person together. They were supposed to send it or whatever, but they was trying to keep and do it in person together because they ain't thinking Diddy gonna pop up in here. Like, Diddy probably somewhere living his natural born life. At least that's what they thought. I swear, y'all, Diddy got like little secret people that follow her places. Like when she go into a restaurant, like his girlfriends, like he keep eyes on to see who they cheating on. Like he that crazy. It's some obsessive Diddy. Like it's crazy. The world know about it though. Like the crazy parties, Diddy be crazy over them girls. Like super duper stalking. Like he be having private investigators following him. No niggas can't go around him. He very controlling. I swear to God. So that's what the vibe is. So Diddy walks in. Diddy walk in, Wale and him in the bathroom. Wale and the girl in the booth, but they doing the music part, me and Shy over here. I don't know it's Diddy who walked in. I just see these big security guys and a nigga in black, like it's a black sweatsuit and a hat. I can't really see who it is, but I know it's another celebrity important person because this room only important people walking in this room. This ain't even no type of room you can get in unless you're an important person. But he came in with aggression, they moving. But I seen security guards with him, so I knew it wasn't nothing for us. Like, it was no threat to us or me or Shy. It was like control, because they had to get in, they had to go through all this, so you know it's somebody. And then I looked, it was like a glance once he got a little bit past me. I'm like, damn, that's Diddy. I ain't say nothing. I looked at Shy. Shy looked at me. I was not about to run in there. First of all, I'm here with Shy. I'm just not about to run in there and say Wale. And be like, Wale, Diddy come like that. I would have died. Like, that's out of my control. First of all, this Puff Daddy. I promise you, I don't know what gangsta I do in the street. Uncle Buck, this is off my list. This is off my radar right here. I can't do nothing.
Now I'm thinking the same shit. Like he said, all the gang stuff we doing in the street, all the glizzy gang polls, all the shit that we screaming that we doing on the block, it's a little bit different when it's just me and Shy in the room and it's Diddy and security. And the thing about Diddy, again, in a room like that, he's more powerful than everybody in there, the engineer, the rapper. Diddy's not only a major artist, he also owns one of the biggest labels in hip hop. Like, it's just crazy the power that he really holds. In a situation like this really made me sit back and think about it. Like, the power Diddy has in the industry is really out of this world. And there's not many artists that have the same power as him. I wouldn't even say Ye. I would say Jay. I wouldn't say Ye.
And with this, I'm gonna stand down. So me and Shy like, oh. So as they go in there, they go back there, but they shut the door. It's a blind. It's a studio part, the booth part. It's like a blind back there. Like, it's a pop part. They do orchestra back there. So with a booth at, it's like an orchestra, like a church show. You can open it and you can see in the studio where they record, or you can shut it. Like don't y'all ever been to a graduation in a blind show? You can shut the blinds and you can't even see back there. Diddy and them went back there and shut the blinds. All I heard was like, but not punches, like shit, like moving around, tables and shit. But I'm like, oh. So me and Shy run to the blinds. We peeping through the blinds. I'm peeping through the blinds. Shy peeping through the blinds. I swear for God, it's a balcony in the studio, like an out balcony. You can see over the back. I swear to God, my grandmother, they got Wale over top of his feet. They got him off his...
Bro, the Vanilla Ice special. No sprinkles on it. They got my guy Wale ankles up. Oh my God. He got invited to the wrong freak. They had his ankles to the ceiling. That's crazy. Yo, I got anxiety. Like, I can't even imagine some shit like that. Like, somebody really just holding you you, shaking you up out of there, like really giving you the Vanilla Ice treatment. That is terrifying.
His feet hanging off the balcony. Like, he hanging off the balcony. They dangling by his feet. I can't really hear what they saying. I'm like, Shy, man, be quiet. Shy don't know what's going on. Shy, first of all, Shy go back and help Wale. This is man. He can go back to Shy and he must move. I swear to God. Shy like, man, what they doing? I said, man, they got him over the balcony by his feet. They're like, man, no, he don't. That ain't him. Like, so that is him. We knew it was him because we know what type of shoes Wale wore to the studio. And we seen them jump up in the air. So who put on Wale's shoes? Nobody. That was Wale's feet over there. So boom. So I'm like, Mo, what the hell is going on? But Wale had already hipped us to this, that Diddy is crazy about this Cassie girl and nobody can be around her, just that and the third. I don't know if she got a I don't know if this is her second restraining order on Diddy or did Wale get a restraining order. Somebody got a restraining order or a temporary restraining order that day. Like, I think she might have got a temporary restraining order from Diddy that day. I don't really know, but long story short, after that happened, Diddy and them stormed out. She left with them. Everybody left. They left with them. Only person back there now is Wale, but everybody in there went to go see was Wale. All right, man, Shy never went back there. Shy left out the studio, went to the bathroom and act like he was never in the studio to see what happened or nothing. So when he came in, it was all new to him. I said, right there, I seen it all. I was ready to bed. Oh, my mother, y'all, he come back to the junk. I can't do that because I got my little junk tilted, little junk jacked up. He sweaty and y'all, I'm talking about sweaty and so. Nah, man, it just be a misunderstanding. I don't know why they take me for the bad person. I didn't mean like that. I'm just trying to make some great music. And I know I'm just trying to further myself in my career. He's in a bigger place. He just got to understand, Unc, it ain't like that. Like,
nah, a nigga holding you like you really his nephew off a balcony is crazy for you to call him Unc after that shit. That is just wild. Even though he didn't say it to him, but the fact that he's still venting to his people and use that terminology, that is crazy. I give him more respect than Suge Knight. Suge Knight gave Vanilla Ice the Vanilla Ice special and made that move. I get it. But it's Vanilla Ice. Wale's from DC. Wale's supposed to be with them hitters, or at least having them hitters with him. So the fact that Diddy and the squad felt that comfortable to press him to that level is crazy.
Just had that boy on the balcony, so boom, let it go. Shy walk back in like, man, what happened, man? Something. He like, man, you wasn't in? He like, nah, man, what happened, man? Man, he like, man, nah, I'm gonna tell you about the we riding in the car. Wale discussing what happened to Shy. Wale does not know we was looking through this blind. He just act like, he like, man, no, they ain't do nothing. They just came in there actually aggressive talking. I'm like, they just try to try to get close to me and fake try to bully me, but they ain't do nothing. Like, I'm like, what you mean? He didn't tell us they hung us off the balcony. We watched him get hung off the balcony by his feet, y'all. He was dangling. We seen him SBs in the air like that. So now he capping, man. That's me.
Nigga said he got the SBs in the air like that. Yo, there's nothing funny though when a hood nigga tell you a story, you see, because if this shit was told the correct way, it would have never really hit this. We would have been like, what? They pressed Wale, what happened? Nah, this nigga and Glizzy Paws really got us in tears. Like, this shit is funny. But the situation is not fun. What happened and how the story is told is a little funny. Overall, the terror that it brought to probably Wale and Cassie is definitely not funny. That shit would have brought terror to me just watching. Shy Glizzy's a lot smaller and a lot lighter. Like, nigga, if they holding Wale's big ass off this balcony, imagine you. They gonna hold your little ass off the roof by one leg.
And shout out a secret, y'all, we never told nobody, but now I told this story because if I'd have told it without these headlines, nobody would believe me. Cassie had just put a restraining order out on Diddy after all these years. Like, she got a restraining order or something like that.
And if you guys don't know, part of the paperwork, I'm gonna try to add that part somewhere up here, but part of the paperwork, if you guys want to do your own research, it was included in her lawsuit. During an event, Diddy held one of Cassie's friends off the balcony. Bro, it was included in the lawsuit. She would have brought this up in court. We would have got more evidence. We would have got the story word of mouth. We would have got the story from her on what really happened. Because he was just somebody chilling in the room and peeking through blinds and shit. She was there hearing the whole thing. So we would have got more information of what really occurred that night. And I think this is more reasons on why he settled so quick and why we never even entertained the idea that this was going to go to court.
And it's in the blogs, and now it's about to come out. And if they go to court about it, they're going to read all the court documents. And I promise you, she's going to say, one time in the studio, he came in there and he put Wale over the balcony because he was so insecure about what we had going on. I don't realize that ever did.
Oh, that's a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing. We never got to see that. We never got to hear that. But it's something that I believe would have been read in court. The fact that it was included in I'm not saying that it's Wale, but it was included in her lawsuit that he held a friend over the balcony. We would have heard of who that friend was. So we included this because Young Jock's not only good at telling stories, as well as we heard Aunt Glizzy, and he's funny, but not only that, to show why Cassie shaved the side of her head. For people that were alive at that time and paying attention to this situation, you were old enough to really care. I remember having my heart broken. Like, yo, I get it. Rihanna had the little Disturbia cut and all that shit. But Cassie, why'd you do it? Like, I thought she was bad as hell without that cut. But this fully explained on why she shaved the side of her head as well. Explains why she shaved the side of her head. The story's coming from Young Jock. I think Young Jock's in the industry. Why would he lie about a situation like this? Even though he is one of those dudes that probably would like to benefit over any clout. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying that he's not. Disclosure, just so people can know that this is just a story coming from one side. It is not said to be 100% But Young Jock shares a story with Diddy, and this story kind of aligns to everything else we've been hearing as well. And it informs us on why Cassie shaved the side of her head. A little controlling is what I got from this when I heard this. I was like, nah, this is definitely leads back into the controlling aspect of the story that we heard her say that he has over her life.
I always tell this story, nigga. I took my wife to Miami for her birthday, my ex-wife. I rented this big motherfucking big 80-foot yacht. You know what I'm saying? We on that motherfucker drinking some rock. I hit Puff. I'm like, yo, I'm in Miami. I'm on the yacht. I'm about to come past y'all. Nigga said, pull up, nigga. Me and Cassie, we just laying around. We ain't doing nothing. We chilling. I said, I'm gonna pull up. Nigga, I pulled up, docked to that nigga house, got off, went in there, fucked with the nigga, got on the jet skis, went and kicked it for about 2 hours. When it was time to leave, he's like, nigga, what y'all doing tonight? Bring your wife, let's go out. I like, bet. So me and Puff talking, we kicking. I never forget this. I pulled back up. Puff like, get in a Jeep with me, nigga. He like, nigga, you need to get you some of these Jeeps right here. And nigga, get you a Jeep like this when you come to Miami, nigga, we can mob like this. I'm like, yeah, this the move. So we ride to the club, bumping big.
That's a rich ass nigga telling you
gotta get one of these, bro, because then we can drive together, we can mob. I'm sitting there like, yeah. How much this is? AMG, G-Wagon, 175,000 fully. Yeah, I'm gonna see what's good. I'm gonna see what I get back. This kind of remind me of when Kevin Hart was telling them stories about chilling with Dwayne Wade. His checkings account with his savings account, he had to transfer over money from one account to the other. That's one that I might have to use that shit. I would have used that on Diddy.
I say I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it 2 nights in a row because the way that my bank account is set up. You ever start explaining your financial situation for no reason at all? I said I would, but the way my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a checking in the savings, but all the money is in my savings, so I got to switch it to my checking, but it's gonna take 3 business days. I don't think it's gonna go through.
I would have used that on Diddy. Like,
Yeah, nah, I would have, but by the time I take money out the YouTube account, it take 24 days, so we gotta have to wait a little bit. I'll get back to you though. I'll get back. We'll mob next month.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, this high. I'm like, I ain't never really get the opportunity to just be with Puff, like nigga, me and you. He never overshadowed me, but we never got a chance to just be together. It was here and there, moments in time. But like how that moment was, I was like, he's like, shit feel right, nigga. We need to be like Mob. And I'm like, yeah, nigga. So I never forget, we pull up to fucking Live.
Young Jock was falling in love. You in the passenger seat, like, yeah, we do gotta be together every day. Mobbing together. I like the way that sounds. This nigga, thank God, we know he didn't get the invite because he would have never left.
When we get to Live, nigga, Young Bird, well, Hitmaker. I think it was like AKA Hitmaker. I think it was like Hit Boy or something. It was another producer. I can't remember. These niggas had these whistles. So they throw Puff a whistle. Puff like, I was like, I don't even know what that whistle shit mean. I'm cool. I don't do whistles. And I never forget Hit Rock was there. Hit Rock was like, boy, it's finna be live. Never forget this shit. We go in the club, we kicking the shit down. This what's up, down. He on the shit, the bar where everybody perform at in front of the DJ and shit. And he going crazy. This bitch lit. You remember Scarface when that white woman was coming down the escalator?
Yep.
He was in that man's house.
When he was at the Plug's house, the original, for all the people that watch Scarface and the original Plug, and he's watching the shorty that he ended up taking from home, he coming down those stairs and everybody break neck and just watching her.
Where'd they get you? Right there on the side? It's nothing, man. It went right through me. Hit the wall. I ran out of bullets like an asshole. And while I'm standing there changing the clip from the little motherfucker who I killed already, but was not dead, shot me. You know, he shot you. No, the guy was behind me. I killed him. How many bullets you got? Bullets, buffalo, 9 millimeters. Nothing. What's lucky was that Gigi came in at that time with his magnum, which is bigger than him. Blew the fuck away. He saw that man wife and was like this. I was watching Puff. Nigga Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman, bottles on bottles around her. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came over and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the kind of request is that?
Yo, that is a crazy ass request. Like, imagine someone coming up to you some shit like that tomorrow. Yo, I want you tomorrow to get the George Jefferson. Just like, you must be crazy. You must be out your damn mind. We're gonna get a matching haircut. You're gonna have to go in there and get the cut with me. We're gonna have to leave with a matching haircut, like a duo, like a couple you want to.
So when I look up there, this white woman side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I was looking at Cassie. I was like, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, I mean, whatever Sean wants, I'm gonna do. I was like, well, you make sure you send me a picture before you do that shit. So within like 2-3 days, she sent me a picture. I'm like, she done shaved her fucking head. I'm like, that shit look good. But that shit hit the internet. Boom.
She started a whole trend, man.
A whole trend, and I watched it.
No, I remember that whole trend in that era. I wasn't a fan of it, but I remember the era. But now seeing the story behind it, see, I thought it was just some creative shit. 6ix9ine got rainbow hair. I didn't think that Shotty held him down in a headlock and made him dye each braid a different color. So I was kind of thinking some shit like that, like, oh, Cassie was trying to be a new star. You know, she was a star, trying to catch something popping, trying to catch a new trend. That's why she did it. Maybe some designer shit, maybe some extra money shit that I'm not a part of, maybe some rooms in Italy that I've never seen. That's what I was thinking that influenced that look. But no, when we fully hear the story from young Jock of what happened that day, shit gets even creepier. Like, that's even weird. That's even weirder to request it, not only because you saw another joint that was bad, but then to request your joint and not even ask how she feels about the cut. Just, you're gonna get the cut. That's just, it's insane. This was one of the craziest evidence pieces of all, because you guys know wherever there is smoke with Diddy's name, the fire is called 50 Cent. 50 Cent arose. Video back from 2010 that 50 Cent released came back once again, and this, it sounds like to me when I heard it, it sounds like he's talking to DJ Woo Kid. It's not confirmed who he's speaking to on the phone, but he's speaking to someone. And on that call to someone, he kind of explains that he might have seen pictures of one of their freak-off events between Cassie, Diddy, and whoever they decided to be with that day. The photos or the video happened to get into the hands of 50 Cent. At the time, remember, they were cool originally in the beginning. They were friends originally in the beginning, but then shit just started getting spooky in between both of them, and then Diddy just started, and then 50 just started violating like 50 does. But let's first play this for the ones that haven't heard this. But guys, remember, this is from 2010 again, and now with all the headlines and everything, all this old stuff is really starting to pop up.
The nigga Puff, like, he called, we should kick it on telephone and shit after the main shit. Right. And the nigga be like, matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures, like pictures of the girl, like not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Like penetration.
That sounds like Woo Kid right there talking to him on like a radio station or on a cell phone. I don't know what's going on. But that audio clip sounds like he's talking to who?
Pictures and
Nah, come on, man. Come on, Phil.
Penetration pictures and
Nah, come
the girl, like not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Like penetration pictures and...
I just funk flexed it. I brought it back 3 times. 50 said he had penetration pictures at that time of Cassie. Way worse than any of us ever seen of Diddy or his girl. He had pictures that he received of Diddy's girl getting penetrated by someone else.
And
nah, come on, man. Come on, Phil.
All that, and I didn't even...
And this is all alleged.
I called the nigga, I said, yo, you this girl, like, you really, like, you like her like that? And he was like, yeah, that's my girl. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send you something. You look at it, you call me back. I sent him the photos, the pictures and everything. Called back and was like, yo, thanks, man. Yo, I really appreciate that. Yo, where you get these shits from? And I said, you know, like, cause they know, like, if something crazy is going on.
Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get this from was his biggest concern. Not, yo, this is crazy that she's doing this to me. He didn't sound too surprised about that. He sounded surprised that 50 got the pictures. How did you get that? Who sent it? Later, we find out in the future, allegedly, in Cassie's lawsuit, Diddy was the one taking these pictures. Diddy was doing recording. So he's there looking at his work like, how 50 get this? What the hell? Like, imagine you take some freaky deaky pictures and they send it to you like, oh, look at these pictures I seen of your joint, and you the cameraman, you the photographer, you the editor. You wanna put that shit together. That's insane.
If they send it to me, I'll make sure I get out there. Like, as far as this 50.com is concerned.
Yeah.
And those other properties. So they sent it to me. You know, I really kind of felt like those photographs was not happening because of Cassie. I felt like they was happening because of Puffy.
Right.
You see what he's saying back then? He felt like the photos weren't happening because she was cheating and was going out there taking pictures. He felt back then like those photos were happening or coming out, resurfacing, or even the situation that was going on in the photos were happening because of Diddy. Because of Diddy. That's wild. Later on in the future, 13 years later, we start seeing all these lawsuits and everything coming out, and the evidence that Cassie wrote in there is crazy.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because when a girl moves from a man and she upgrades, niggas be insecure, you know what I'm saying? They start feeling some kind of way, especially like whoever the guy where she was with in the photos versus where Puffy's at. Cause Puffy, he ain't no slouch, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he been able to take advantage of all the stuff.
So where did it go wrong, though? Because I know y'all was cool. Like, where did it like, turn wrong?
I don't know what made him name that group that. That's what made me
Supreme
think.
Team. Oh, okay, Supreme.
All the beef started, that was a new part to me too when I rewatched this video. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that. That's really where the 50 beef came with P. Diddy, because he signed a new crew and called them the Supreme Team. If you guys know Diddy's long history with Kenneth Supreme, fell off. That's crazy. There was a lot in this. There was a lot. It's not like 50 knew about the freak-offs 13 years. This is not new evidence to him. It's why he's laughing all over the internet, yelling, brother love, looking crazy. It sounds like it sounds like 50 knows a little bit of more information. And that's why Diddy really never probably pressed him back. 50 be getting crazy disrespect. Probably knew, yo, this dude has some crazy ass pictures of my joint. He got crazy pictures of me in a compromising situation. Probably why he never wanted to push the envelope too far with him. He'd be like, nah, I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'll lead with love. You don't lead with love with everybody, but 50 was one of those that he ain't really push too much. He'll let Ross go over there and shoot and shit, but he really wasn't pushing 50 too much. I remember 50 told us on Drink Champs back then that Diddy tried to take him on a shopping date. He wanted to take him shopping.
Nigga Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the f this nigga just said? I got the f away from him because I was like, this nigga just tell me he take me shopping. fruit pie.
Hey, yo, you ever met a nigga like, yo, you so cool, I kind of want to take you shopping low key? Like, nah, that's crazy to me. That is insane. That is out of this world. Either you think my outfit is that bad, or you gotta buy me a new one, you trying to sun me, or you trying to do worse than sun me and wife me. Like 3 situations that I'm not cool with. I actually never got to see photos, nor did I get to see this video, so this is my first time watching it with you guys, but they say that there's pictures that resurface of Cassie during these. Let's remember that Cassie's been in a lot of movies and stuff like that, so these could be photos from a movie. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the photos they're gonna show us. So I wanna make that clear. We're not saying that these photos are for sure coming from the abuse of P. Diddy. We don't know that. It's just photos that popped up on the internet. People put them all together and they're starting to re-pop up. Let's see what they're showing. Cassie, this is the old Instagram too. New Ray-Bans on my way home. Too much fun, Dubai. Ain't no way. She had to be doing a movie out. Why in the hell would she be posting this up with that caption? That caption and them glasses make no logical sense. There's no way this is real. Nah, I don't believe this one bit, guys. Guys, I don't believe this one bit at all. I don't even know that's Cassie behind those Ray-Bans. Like, nah, this is just all weird. And guys, we have to throw this shit in here, not only for comedy, but low key, now it's starting to sound crazy. See, back then we were like, nah, this nigga be tripping. He be saying Tupac's still alive. How can Tupac kill Tupac? These are the things we hear Orlando Brown say. But why everybody, he chose Diddy a while back. I'm telling you, these rumors have been going around the industry for quite a while. The Ayo rumors have been going around for quite a while. Him putting his hands on women, that one I've never heard. I don't ever want to say I heard that before. But the Ayo shit about Diddy, we've been hearing that for quite a while. And Orlando Brown, this infamous Cam Capone, if you guys remember.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh-gosh goosh-mosh.
That's crazy.
Oosh-gosh moof, the smoosh-mosh. Diddy, yeah, son. I mean, you gave me the oosh-gosh moosh. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the oosh-gosh moosh.
It's getting to the point that I have to reconsider sometimes even thinking about all the stuff that we're seeing. Like, there's no way all this is real. There's no way. But it's just a coincidence that all this is starting to resurface and starting to pop up again now. Out of all times, pop up again now, trying to show it to us. Like, look at all these videos that we've been seeing for quite a while. This is all footages I'm sure is not new to all of you guys. Some of you guys have seen this before. The fact that they're all starting to resurface now at the same time is a little crazy. The picture they used for Diddy on this is crazy, ayo. But shout out to Camron. You guys know everybody. We were just talking about Joe Budden in the beginning of this on Harvard's like, no, Mace got to talk about it. Mace got a podcast. Go let Cam and Mace talk about Diddy. We not gonna do it. Shout out to Ice. Another video resurfaced back when Camron went to a Breakfast Club and talked in a situation that Camron saw in a brownstone that Diddy owned that Mace was staying in. He found a little surprise in the bathroom and he was just shocked. Let's see the video and then we'll further explain. But bro, all these old videos are starting to resurface now, and I hope you guys are starting to feel like me, like, all right, man, 1 could be cap, 2 could be cap, hey, probably even 3 of these could be cap. But the fact that all these different celebrities that have no tie to each other, Camron and Young Jock got no tie to each other. The fact that all these celebrities got these crazy ass allegations about Diddy, something gotta be the truth. Something. I don't know which one might be the truth, but something gotta be the truth. Let's hope that this one ain't it. But if I gotta believe somebody, Cam is him. If I gotta believe one person out of all these videos we saw, 50, everybody we saw, right? The one I'm gonna believe is gonna be Camron.
I've had a brownstone, I believe, on 35th Street Avenue between it's some brownstone. I've had a brownstone, I believe, on 35th Street Avenue between it's some brownstone down there. I believe 35th or 36th. And Mace was staying there, and I went to use the bathroom, and it was a dildo on the bathroom sink. And when I came out, I asked him what's about. He like, that's homeboy's joint. You know, I don't know what it's about. He always have girls over here. I don't know. I said, it's on your sink. This is your bathroom. You're using this bathroom. I don't know where his bathroom at. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's word to my son, because stop breathing. I swear to God.
And I believe when that was explained and that was said, it wasn't to throw shots at Diddy. It was when he was beefing with Mace. So he was kind of saying some Ayo shit about them two together. And that's why he said that story. But it's just crazy again how it resurfaced. Like, I know this is your bathroom, not his. It's just another wild story of what was going on inside that brownstone that Diddy owned, with his artist Mace staying there, leaving things like that behind on his sink. Like, it's just crazy things. I wish Mace can talk about this today on the podcast with Cam, since it's resurfacing, but it's just something that media is avoiding today. For some reason, all the biggest media, all the podcasts that tell us we're the realest, we never hold nothing back, we talk about whatever, not one of these dudes is talking about this. Not Gilly, not nobody.
Guys use dildos on girls sometimes.
That's true.
We seen some.
But he said I'm not saying he did.
Right.
I'm
You just seen it on the
what I
thing. It was
said.
just awkward.
I'm not saying that that it was for either one of their personal use.
One of their personal uses? Yo, it gets spooky in the take that house. Like, bro, it gets spooky in that crib. Spooky. It's just another situation like Cam said. It's just, I'm not saying that who was used for. I'm not saying what it is. It's just a little wild to walk into a sink in the bathroom and see some shit like that. And everybody's pointing fingers like, oh, I don't know what it is. If it's for the Jones, I would have jumped off quick. Like, oh, no, we had some freaky Jones here yesterday. My bad, bro. They was going crazy. They was doing a show for all of us. Me and Diddy was on the couch and they was just wilding out on each other. I would have thought of the craziest shit. But the fact that you was there like, I don't know, you point a finger at the next dude and this, and your restroom is just a little crazy. It's just a little crazy, and I wish Mace could talk about this today, but do I think he's going to? If the 50 Cent one that I just showed you wasn't like, oh my God, that was crazy, he was talking about that shit years ago, 2013, he's seeing pictures and videos floating around, what's going on? If that wasn't crazy to you, this one might be the craziest one. This one gave me the goosebumps when I heard this yesterday. This psychic goes in to explain how she's channeling Porter and what Kim Porter is sharing with her, how Kim Porter found out some information about Diddy, and that might have caused her early demise, all alleged. But that, let's be very careful when we speak about this, but that is what she said. And that, I would have thought it was cap. I don't believe in psychics and none of that. My girl actually told me to watch this a minute ago because it was resurfacing a couple days ago, and I just didn't care to see it because I was like, it's a psychic, I'm not believing her, I'm assuming she's just taking advantage of the moment. But then when I saw Act fully break down the video, there was just a little section that I wanted to show you guys that was crazy to me. Just going by timing was crazy. You go to her YouTube channel and watch the full videos, part 1 and part 2. I'm gonna show you her channel right after this so you guys can go see it and see the actual name of the video. I want you to go watch her full video. Just want to show you a little clip with a commentary, more to just see the timing of when this video was released. I'm gonna show you the video and then we'll show you when this video was released.
This is so like crazy. Showing November of 2023, but I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's
being shown November of 2023. She's saying she's shaking. She's saying while she's recording this, she's sitting with Kim Porter. Usually a person like me would be like, this is cap, this is insensitive to the family. I don't believe in sidekicks. Again, I'm not saying if you do, that's bad. We all believe in different things, to each his own. Just me personally, my girl's into rocks and stones and sidekicks and cards and all that stuff. Me personally, don't bring that around me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see it. It just personally makes me feel a little uncomfortable. But to see something like this is really crazy. She's showing her the date of November 2023. If you can see in the bottom, this was recorded June 3rd. And they try to even investigate, even Act. You guys know in the chat, niggas, that was the video I watched yesterday when they were investigating on how, if any way this could be re-uploaded, faked. Is that possible to still have that old original date? It was just so confusing. There's no way to add that to the video that we could think.
Where she stare at, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up, and there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things, raveling.
Not about what happened to Kim Porter, but other things are going to be brought up to the light. Other things. November. Bro, this was June. November. It's November 23. What happened? This whole Cassie thing happened, bro. And all these crazy stories we're starting to hear about Diddy all happened now, November. This was said by her 5 months ago.
For some reason, she's showing me like, was one of her kids, I wonder, in band? Because she's showing me like trumpet marching band type music, which is weird because I don't think that that's her favorite, but I'm being shown that. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way there. That's what it is. Somebody is leading the march, leading the way to
Cassie, leading the march, leading the way, being the first one to come and speak out. Because after Cassie spoke out, we're starting to hear that a lot more people are going to speak out, that this is not the end of it. This is not the final shebang. We're going to hear a lot more of what actually happened from other people. We already heard Gina as well in this video speak in the beginning. So Gina, Cassie, who's next? Who else will speak out?
Uncover this information, and I'm getting 5 months. You know what I think? I think she's like, no, don't say it, but I'm going to say it. I feel like she has either a post office box, a bank security box, something, storage box that nobody knows about, and it'll be found, but I feel like she was hiding things there. I don't know why nobody knows about it, because, I mean, it's great if you're hiding stuff until you drop dead, and then what do you do? But I feel like she has this storage and this paperwork in storage. She acts like she's trying to scare her ex. She is around him energetically quite a bit. She watches him. She sees what he's saying. She knows what he's doing. Very, very transparent to her, and you can't her. And you are going to stand so noted, accountable within the next 5 months. He's trying desperately to backpedal out of this, but whoever that man is, and it's a white man that has the tape or the information or however that is, one of the manuscripts, private written, handwritten documentation about what was said to her 3 months before.
We're starting to hear that the case is also being investigated by NYPD. So just like I keep saying to you guys, this is not the end of it. And the fact that she said 5 months, November 23, and all this crazy stuff is starting to come out, made me take a step back. Like, whoa, that's crazy.
What she witnessed, and the final straw that she couldn't take anymore. And it's not a case of domestic violence. It goes far beyond that and that. So it is domestic violence, but it's far, far beyond that. So she goes in a completely different scope. 5 months. The time is being marked months. So this is June, July, August, September, October, November. I'm going for November 15th, or right around there. It's coming out. It will not be, you cannot keep this. She's literally, you cannot stop the truth. And she has Like, this is it. Who passed away due to alleged pneumonia. Now I'm saying alleged to the things that are natural causes. Alleged pneumonia. And she's not saying she didn't have pneumonia, but she really just was sick and not feeling well, but she kept using the nasal spray. So I don't know where that spray is, and I don't know who put that there.
So is there a tie back with, again, pneumonia, lungs being weaker, and she's squirting that into her lungs? What was inside that spray?
Body that's metal. I don't know if she was buried or cremated, but they should actually check her hair. They log this in the coroner's office. They usually have like records of certain things. They should actually log. They should log that. They should check that. It's logged. They should check it.
All right, I was gonna search up her channel to show you guys, but here you can see everything I was trying to show you. So Lone Bella is her channel. Kim Porter, A Toxic Departure. She did 3 parts. She actually did one I saw 9 hours ago. So that's something I'm gonna watch in my own time as soon as I'm done with this and start editing. I want to see what else she says and what else she explains. At this point, Shorty, you on fire. Shorty, you on fire. You really coming back 5 months later. I want to hear her glow. I want to hear, like, I told y'all so. I want to hear what she says, because now this evidence is getting a little spooked. This looks like this is part 1. Remember, there's 3 parts. Part 3 was just released a couple hours ago, but part 2 was released as well 5 months ago. All insane to me. I'm like, oh, I'm getting the chills just watching this again. Timing is nuts. You didn't hear her 5 months. Left 5 months. In case you missed it, but let's just bring that part back.
It's November 15th of 2018.
Like, how accurate is that? We started this article in the beginning discussing about New York Times publishing an article on November 16th about what happened November 15th between Diddy and Cassie. She said November 15th months ago in June, and that's when she edited and published the video. God only knows if she did it that same day and published it that same day. Maybe I'm the only one that'd be super bad at doing that, but let's give her the benefit of the doubt that she recorded that day and shot it that day. Months ago.
But I'm being shown November of 2023.
That is wild. I didn't even know her death date was in November. The fact that all this came around and spun around, and she's saying that she's been around Diddy, putting her energy on him, that dark ass energy of just her depression and being taken out. She's following Diddy and sharing that energy with him. She's also saying that she's seeing him crumble behind and praying that he didn't do any of this and trying to, do anything he can to turn his words and to flip it. And we're seeing it now, him paying his way out of things. But it's like, how long are you going to be able to pay your way out until there's no money left? And all these stories still continue popping up. We've seen it happen to Bill. We've seen it happen to Bill Cosby. We've seen it happen to many other great elites. So it's just scary seeing it happen once again. It's someone like Diddy that I'm personally was always a huge fan of my whole life. Entrepreneur side, the business mogul side, even the artist. And it's just crazy to see something like this with his name involved. And while we're speaking about Kim Porter, remember Jimmy Kimmel brought up a bodyguard a couple videos ago where he said that he watched the bodyguard speak online about Diddy and J-Lo and Will Smith and all that? Well, this is the bodyguard here in question. This video is not about the Will Smith and J-Lo because we already heard Jimmy Kimmel explain it. If you want to see that, go look it up yourself. This one here, guarding back to Kim Porter and Diddy and the bodyguard was there. He explained something that happened between them two that's just going to bring it back to the whole thing with Cassie, and it's terrifying. Now hearing what the spiritual girl said about what he was dealing with Kim Porter and it being not only physical, but further than physical, but including that as well. This is all alleged. We're not sure if this bodyguard is mad that he got fired or he's just sharing crazy stories. So there's no concrete evidence to it, but it just ties perfect to what we just seen the sidekick explain. So let's see what he has to say.
Puffy, he came out with a new album, man, called Love, and he got a song on there called Kim Porter. How you feel about that?
Probably a great thing to do, you know what I'm saying, to honor the person that you said you love, to honor the woman who gave you a scar on your wrist for the rest of your life that you could always look at.
That's another thing that we would love to see. Is the scar on Diddy's wrist, like, is that still there? Is that a concrete evidence thing on his wrist? Does anyone have proof of that? Is there a picture of his wrist? And even if he does have that scar, is there a story like, oh nah, he was jet skiing once in Dubai and fell off the jet ski and hit his wrist? Or is it unexplained on what happened to that wrist?
And remember, you know what I'm saying? But he gonna always remember her. Kim was who Kim was. And then if he ever try to forget her, all he had to do is look at his wrist.
What you mean by that when you say that, Kim Porter gave Puffy a scar?
One night, when they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit her artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital. I met him over there to the hospital.
That's what's insane. It's like, is the scar on his wrist, is the medical records exist of him going to that hospital for a sliced wrist? Like, is all this concrete evidence? We're probably not going to see it due to HIPAA. But I just would love to know, because medical records wouldn't get deleted.
Me, him, and Kim in the hospital when he was bleeding like crazy.
Right. From your point of view, right, how would you describe Puffy and Kim Porter relationship when you was around?
Oh, it was volatile. It was like, damn it she do, damn it she don't. Kim could not be with nobody else, and he knew.
So we just hear him there explain the situation between him and Kim. Kind of ties back to the sidekick saying that it got physical many times between both of them. Not only did it get physical, though, she saw something. And I ended up seeing, she explained, so I would want her to show you guys or you guys to hear it it directly from her because I wouldn't want to share that on this channel. But she explains what Kim Porter saw that kind of caused her her life she believes. It's something that we've heard a lot about the elites in Escape. Make sure you guys go check that out. So one of the last videos we're going to go over here is Rich Dollars and Peter Guns. You guys might think, why do we want to hear from Rich Dollars and Peter Guns at a moment like this? The only reason I do is because they're in rooms that we're not in. They're in situations and been exposed to even people that we don't know that probably heard something from somebody that they were cool with, and it just trickles down to someone like Peter Guns and Rich Dollars. I never got to hear this, so I was interested myself, and I said, what better time than watching it right now with you guys? After this, we're gonna end up wrapping up the channel because we only have one video left, and the last video is supposedly alleged evidence of how Diddy looked the day that he got hit on November 15th when the case went live. Someone supposedly has videos of him. I haven't seen that one either yet, so we'll watch that together for the first time, but let's get through this.
Say that they want to be the voice, so this doesn't happen to somebody else. So I'm doing it. It's not about the money. It's about this not happening to somebody else. But then you get enough money and you shut the f up. So which one is trying to be the voice so this doesn't happen to somebody else, or we gonna grab this?
That's a good point. I see what Peter did there. That's a good point. She settled so quick, so it was like there was a number. There was a number to buy you to be quiet. Again, it was a civil suit, not a criminal suit. Always at the end of a civil suit, you can't be snitching on somebody like, oh no, that man's a snitch. He took somebody to court for civil. You can't. I needed my bread. You suing somebody over money. At the end of a civil suit, money is given. We watched the same thing happen with OJ and the family of, I believe, Ron Goldberg, I believe his name was, if I'm saying it correctly. But remember, he got not guilty for the actual murder, but he lost the civil suit and lost mad millions of dollars to the dude's family. So things like that could always happen.
Money you should.
And we usually always see it happen the other way. They usually go the criminal route first, try to get you locked up and everything. When that doesn't work, or if it does work, then they hit you again with the civil suit. That's usually what we see. The fact that they did it backwards, Peter's trying to say it looks like there was another motive to this.
That's what in my opinion on that is that listen to Cassie. Agreeing with you, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't. This is what I'm. Number one, it was civil. Civil means so there was never any kind of dispute about what was going on here. There was never a dispute about what was the end here. This is not a criminal case. He did not take a criminal case and make it civil. She did not start cooperating with the cops and then change up in a civil case from the beginning, which meant she wanted money. If you listen to Cassie, Cassie's been saying, I've been asking Puff for money for years. So I said, this is what's about to happen. I'm gonna write this book. I'm gonna get my money some kind of way. I'm gonna get my money some kind of way. So it's a money grab. You agree? I'm not agreeing with you because Cassie never came out and said money. What Cassie did was exactly what she was supposed to do. And I'm not saying nobody's guilty because obviously everybody knows our relationship with Puff. Everybody knows our relationship with Cassie now. So all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying Puff is guilty or innocent. This is not about that. It's not about innocence or guilt. It's about what happened that we all know publicly. Cassie said she wanted the door. She opened the door. So now all these girls are seeing for the money. He didn't do it. So she put she started putting the stuff out.
You knew what you know. There's a New York precedent that says that, and I'm gonna have to get Monique on here because Monique just broke it down for me. The New York precedent over next week. It's over on Thanksgiving Day. That said, if you have a civil suit that you wanna do, like that's how the girls get in L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid got the same going on. Because I ain't talking about LA, but
I don't even know L.A. Reid. You see what I say about these moguls, these big entrepreneurs in hip hop, these big leaders that we're never gonna hear them speak about. When anything happens with a rapper or one of these low tier dudes, again, even one of my favorite artists of all time, Tory Lanez, that shit was everywhere. L.A. Reid, I didn't even know that was going on. He literally just told me. I didn't even know that was happening.
Another girl came out from Def Jam or Arista and said that LA Sexy assaulted her. Another girl came out and said Bill Cosby assaulted her. The New York statute is over next.
All right, guys, wrapping this up. But what I wanted to show you guys was, do you guys see what they're explaining here? This was actually shocking to me because one, I didn't know about L.A. Reid. Two, he explained to Peter Guns what I've been trying to explain to you guys. Her case from the beginning was never criminal. It was civil. When you're doing a civil suit, your end goal is to get money. Now, like he said, she opened the door. Like I said, now we're going to start seeing a whole bunch of other girls come out and start explaining their experiences. Now, is everything going to be true? We don't know. That's what the trial's for. That is what court's for. That is what evidence to come out about. Like we saw Gina say in the beginning about her soul cases. Now, why? We never heard that prior. Now it's resurfacing. We saw Diddy talk about what happened in 2010 and all the pictures that came back out about Cassie and all the crazy stuff. We saw that pop back up. This is the door that Cassie opened, and Diddy knows is why he didn't even want to let it keep going any further. As soon as it came out, 24 hours later, we saw a settlement. Insane. We saw the sidekick talk about what Kim Porter was telling her the whole time about what would happen 5 months later. We're in 5 months later since June 3rd. Look what happened. She said pinpoint November 15th. That was terrifying. I don't believe that sidekick stuff at all. You guys know that on this channel. Jesus Christ. I'm like the breakdancing nigga. That's the only one I believe. So seeing all that stuff and then it spinning back around for November 15th to come around, and we did see some crazy stuff come out. The sidekick said when she was speaking to Kim Porter, it's not only gonna be domestic, it'll be that plus more. The plus more got freak offs and a whole bunch of other crazy shit. And just before we end right now, that's the pictures they're saying of the day of November 15th when Diddy was on the phone and all the case went public with Cassie. Some people took photos of him. He looked looks sick. He looks angry. He's on the phone. He's yelling. Do I know for sure these photos are from that day? I do not know. I am going off of just what the internet is saying. But you guys can see him right there holding his stomach, not feeling too well, just looking crazy, bro. He could have just been turned up the next day and been hung over. We don't know what was happening with this. But this is not a good look to see a couple days later. Shorty showing him the phone, him further explaining on what's going on. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. We are no type of way trying to tarnish Diddy's name. I'm just trying to show you guys everything that's been coming out and how overwhelming it is. And again, someone like me who's been a personal fan of Diddy my whole life, it hurts me a little bit more, and I'm probably a little bit more interested than the average few because I was around when Diddy had the hottest label around. I was around when Diddy told us to vote for a president or die. I was around for that. I was around. So it's just crazy to see his empire fall this way if it does, and we've seen it happen to a lot of other great men in Hollywood, or powerful men rather say. But someone like Diddy, I just never thought in my life we would see something like this. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. Sub up, sub up, sub up. Y'all think Diddy's bugging or is he bugging? He's bugging. He's bugging. He's bugging. He even just brought your name up in a situation like this is crazy. Bro, you should have just paid from the jump. If you was gonna pay, you should have just paid the 30 mils what they wanted. You should have just paid that from the jump, because this is crazy. This is insane. We out.